Hi guys, my name's Aarushi, and today in this vlog, I'll be sharing some tips for you on how to best prepare for vet school. Tip number 1. I would look into setting up a bank account before coming to Scotland. This may not be possible as the bank might want you to be physically present, but I would do some research and just have a look at what bank you'd want to go with. For example, I went with HSBC, and I set up a Canadian account back home and a UK account here, and I made it very simple to move money between my accounts. Tip number 2. Here in the UK, your local GP physician is allocated to you based on your home address. So once you have an idea where you'll be living, if that's in student accommodation or private accommodation, have a look at what practices you can register with. It may take some time to register with a practice, and some of them may be full, so have a few ideas of where you can go. If you have time, I would also look into what dentist practice you'd like to register with. Tip number 3. During the summer months before you come to vet school, I would do some EMS placements back home. So EMS stands for Extramural Studies, and this is a requirement by the Royal College of Veterinary Studies, and you need to do this to graduate. For example, in my hometown in London, Ontario, I did my small animal placement and my cat and dog placement at a local humane society. And this was really good because then I can get ahead of myself and not worry too much about getting these requirements done. In your first year, you'll have to do animal husbandry EMS, and then later on in the next 3 years, you'll do clinical EMS. Tip number 4. I would recommend buying all your vet school supplies here in Edinburgh. I remember that before I came to vet school, there was a huge list of supplies we had to buy, and I was a little worried about where I'd get them. But don't worry, don't buy them back home, buy them when you come here. There's a store called Hewitt's here, and they supply everything that you need. I got my personal protective equipment and my stethoscope here. Tip number 5. Use spreadsheets to stay organized while planning. I recommend using lots of spreadsheets to keep track of what you need to buy and what you need to pack. During this pandemic, because of COVID, I had to carry some additional documents while traveling, such as my passenger locator form and my COVID tests. So now I'll be sharing some general advice for you while you're studying here in Scotland. A lot of the things you'll buy here, like your house items and kitchen items, you won't be able to take back home. So I would recommend buying second-hand items which are lightly used, rather than buying brand new items off Amazon or big retail stores. There are some Facebook pages where older students who are graduating and leaving Scotland are selling their old items, and you can get some great deals on there. It's really important to have a good quality rain jacket while you're here in Edinburgh. As you might know, it rains really often in Scotland and you'll want to stay dry. I wouldn't worry about buying brand new textbooks right away. I would talk to your professors and to older students and maybe look at the books at the library beforehand and see if you'd like to buy those textbooks. I recommend using a planner while you're here as a student. Here's mine. And if you don't like a physical copy like me, you can use an online planner too. When you start school, you'll notice you'll have lots of deadlines and lots of emails in your inbox every day. So it's important to stay on top of them. And that's where your planner comes in handy. Also, your schedule varies week to week, so it's important to plan for your classes in advance. I recommend that you find a phone plan that is best suited for you. If you think you'll be going home and leaving Scotland for parts of the year, I wouldn't go for a phone plan that keeps you locked into a contract. There are non-committal phone plans that you can choose from, such as GiftCath, and it allows you to stop your phone plan whenever you need to. So now I'd like to give you a brief tour of Easterbush campus. When you first walk into the main campus building, you'll see this huge atrium. And in the center is a great statue of Dr. William Dick himself. As you can tell, the campus is well decorated right now as we're approaching the holiday season. Right opposite the main teaching building, you can see the small animal hospital. A great place for group study is the study landscape, and this is on the second floor. Here in the landscape, there are lots of resources, such as books, computers, and toy animals that we can use to practice our handling skills with. If you are looking for a quieter space for independent study, you should check out the library. Behind the main teaching building, there are lots of fields where the horses are grazing, and here you can see the large animal hospital. While in school, you will be able to practice your animal handling skills with a variety of teaching animals, such as horses, sheep, cattle, and exotic animals. Here you can see our teaching horses out in pasture. And of course the sheep enjoying the Scottish weather.